Hi, everyone. I'm Jo Strauss Rosen, again coming to you live on Zoom. As Executive Director of Development at Jewish Senior Life, I welcome all of you to our 12th annual meeting, 114 years of serving older adults in our greater metropolitan Detroit community. We celebrate and appreciate all that our devoted staff have accomplished this past pandemic year, and together we look forward with gratitude to a brand new day and time when we can peacefully coexist in a healthy world. Thank you to all who contributed more than ever to JSL and for supporting our residents during our darkest hours. As we honored special adults at our annual 8 over 80 celebrations, we shared the lives of our own special residents at JSL. You, our devoted community, continue to support our campaigns, and thanks to you, we made it through. I would now like to introduce and thank Steve Ingber, the CEO of the Jewish Federation of Metropolitan Detroit, for the role they played this past year. Steve?
Thanks, Joe. On behalf of the Jewish Federation, Metropolitan Detroit, I am thrilled to join you for today's meeting. What a year we have experienced together. The pandemic created challenges to agencies and organizations across Jewish Detroit, but no one has been tested more than those challenged with the health and well-being of our seniors. Along with other vulnerable populations, we could not have imagined at the start of this pandemic how different the year would be, and more importantly, how difficult it could be. I cannot express how grateful we are to the entire team at Jewish Senior Life for shepherding the agency through the pandemic, protecting the safety of both of our residents and our workforce. Your efforts have made a profound difference to those you serve and to our entire community. You are truly all heroes in our community. JSL supports and enriches the lives of over 850 adults across metropolitan Detroit. Throughout the pandemic, this vital agency maintained its signature high levels of engagement with the community. Some highlights include exercising with residents at a safe distance in their doorways, delivering meals and activities to rooms, piping in music over WJSL radio, broadcasting cultural events over a dedicated Comcast channel, outreach to Holocaust survivors and compassionate care for those facing illness, and as we all attended the best ever virtual celebration of our Betsy Spector Older Americans Brunch and our 8 over 80 recognition event. The dedication to providing outstanding programming with the highest level of service has been a hallmark of the agency for over 100 years. And I know they will continue to grow and innovate. In fact, today, I'm excited to announce that JSL has something brand new to reveal that reflects the verve with which many of our seniors approach each day. In a few minutes, you will learn more about it. As a community leader, I have the privilege of seeing firsthand the way our seniors are living a full and meaningful life at JSL and enjoying each present moment. As we emerge from the pandemic, dining rooms are at or near 100% capacity. Our residents are gathering together to socialize, and once again, they are enjoying one another's company. We know that there's still a long way to go before we're all the way back to normal, but I'm happy to note that new people are moving into our 6 beautiful residences. Having experienced months of isolation during the pandemic, people are realizing anew the life-affirming importance of communal living. JSL is an anchor in our community. Its residents are possessed of the wisdom and understanding that comes with the blessing of long life. I want to thank and acknowledge my friend, CEO Nancy Heinrich, President Deb Rosenthal, and the entire staff and board of directors who made this year possible. Mazel tov to all of you at the agency and your accomplishments during what has been at least a difficult year. And may everyone and all who you serve continue to enjoy good health and length of days. May the agency continue to go from strength to strength. Yasher koach to you all. And with that, I want to hand it over to Deb Rosenthal, JSL Board President.
Thank you so much, Steve, for the introduction, and thanks to everybody for joining us today. As we reflect on the last year at JSL, the first thing that comes to my mind is thankfulness. Thankful to the people and organizations whose hard work helped guide us through the pandemic and allows us to plan for our future. Our mission of caring for and enhancing the lives of older adults is only successful by joining forces with an engaged and caring community. And we are so blessed to be part of the best. As we just heard from Steve Ingber, Federation support, both through guidance and financial assistance, was and will remain invaluable. A strong Federation certainly contributed to our success during the last 15 months, and we are so grateful for this partnership. Thank you, Steve, and the entire Federation team. To our board of directors, it has been a year of challenging issues and important work. You have all shown your commitment to this agency by participating in difficult decision-making and sharing your vast wisdom and knowledge. Our meetings have been filled with statistics and a lot of CDC guidelines, but also heartfelt emotion and a lot of passion. You choose to serve Jewish Senior Life, and we thank you all for your time and dedication. To our incredibly generous donors and network of volunteers, we absolutely could not serve our JSL community without all of you. Your financial contributions are vitally important to the nurturing environments our residents call home. We appreciate each and every one of you and thank you for the invaluable support. To our amazing volunteers, although you couldn't be in our buildings much, you still helped in so many ways. Grocery shopping, virtual calls, window visits, and drive-by events. You made everyone feel more connected and less isolated. We are so grateful and we thank you. To the entire JSL team, you all showed up every day when it would have been much easier not to. Your endless hard work and sacrifice will always be remembered and appreciated. I don't think we can properly articulate what your dedication has meant to our residents and their families, to our board of directors, and to the entire community. You are all truly heroes, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And finally, I want to thank our CEO, Nancy Heinrich, for being instrumental to the success of this agency during an unprecedented difficult time. You have kept this huge ship on course and worked relentlessly to keep everybody safe, all while overseeing the day-to-day business of our agency. This is a monumental task, which you continue to accomplish with success and grace, and we thank you. And while our agency is not without current challenges, we will all continue to work together toward a very bright future. It is a true privilege to serve Jewish Senior Life, and I thank you all for the opportunity. And I will now turn it over to Nancy.
Nancy, unmute yourself and start over. Thank you.
Better? Okay. Sorry, everybody. I thank you so much, Deborah. And hello to everyone. It's great to be together this afternoon. But I pray this will be the last annual meeting we attend virtually. I think I might have even said that at the last annual meeting. You know, last year at this time, we were hoping we wouldn't see a second and third wave of the virus, but we did. Even if we thought there might be a second wave, we thought we wouldn't see a third wave once an effective vaccine was deployed, but we did. Thankfully, in spite of these waves, I can report that we've had very few resident cases since the entire last year. Unfortunately, our residents did experience restrictions that limited socialization throughout the year. This was so hard on all our residents and most impactful to our assisted living residents and staff of the Coville Apartments and Fleischman residents. I wish I could say with confidence that the era of COVID is now behind us, but we can't. Ironically, today is the day that the governor has lifted all restrictions in the state, except for those affecting long-term care, which does include Fleischman and Coville. And there are variants out there that concern us. On top of that, we still have vaccine resistance in the general population, which includes some of our independent living residents and some of our staff. We're still very worried about the health of our unvaccinated staff and residents. And we're also worried about the possible shutdown of congregate meals and activities if county rates of infection were to spike again. Nevertheless, I'm optimistic about the future. But there are other concerns as well, and I want to share those with you. As CEO, I'm responsible for the physical safety of our residents and staff. And I can assure you that the entire executive and all other team members have all been laser focused on the health and safety of all our residents and staff. But I'm also responsible, together with the board of directors, for the fiscal health of this agency, which I am very concerned about now. These concerns I think of as the post-COVID hangover. 2 years ago, we were looking toward the longer term horizon and how we could serve baby boomers. They're most likely to need They're most likely to start needing us 10 years from now when the eldest of them are in their early 80s. We discussed predictions that a large proportion of them will not have sufficient income or assets to afford the housing and care they'll certainly need. We talked about how those with too much income to qualify for our federally subsidized housing, but not enough to afford our market rate housing, will likely not have good housing options. Those individuals are viewed as the middle market. We talked about focusing on meeting the needs of that sector in the future. While we have to continue to work toward solving for this problem, today I'm concerned about two primary issues that affect the nearer term horizon. One, decline in revenue based on depressed occupancy at our market rate properties. And two, attracting, maintaining, and affording to pay staff. The market for senior housing is still in flux. While we are receiving more calls and signing more leases, we still anticipate lower than normal occupancy and consequently lower revenue. This will certainly impact our ability to robustly pursue our mission. Marketing will be more important than ever, which is why our rebranding effort is fortunately very timely. And we'll have more on that shortly. Equally concerning is the tight labor market. More than ever, we're competing to fill staff positions. There is wage pressure that, given our lower occupancy, will be difficult to afford. And yet the staff are the heart of everything we do at JSL. We're beyond grateful for every single staff member who made it to work during the most difficult times of the pandemic and exhibited flexibility and stamina and grit and continue to do so every day. All of our team members have stepped up and they're beyond appreciated. At last year's annual meeting, we paid special tribute to our frontline heroes. This year, we want to give special recognition to a few team members who went above and beyond in a slightly different way. These staff members we're calling the redeployed. They were called upon to take on roles in other buildings, other departments, other job descriptions, and they did whatever was asked of them whenever it was asked of them, and they did it with smiles on their faces and the best of team player attitudes. They should be listed on the screen for you to view. On behalf of the executive team and board of directors, I want to thank the redeployed and all of our tremendous JSL team members from the bottom of our hearts. Before I close, I want to thank Federation, which has been a particularly great partner to us throughout the pandemic. I also want to thank our donors and grantors and the JSL Board of Directors for all of their support during this last crazy year. As Deb mentioned, the board endured endless reporting about COVID-19 and advised us when particularly difficult issues arose. They supported the executive team and have been endlessly available. And in particular, I want to thank our spectacular board president, the ever modest Deborah Rosenthal. Every day, some more than others perhaps, I recognize what a privilege it is to serve as the CEO of Jewish Senior Life. But that privilege doesn't necessarily come with the bonus of phenomenal board president partnerships. In this, I've been blessed in Matt Lester, Lowell Salison, and Ken Goss. We've often marveled that the right board president is in the position at the right time, and Deb's presidency is no exception. It has been a blessing and privilege to have Deb as my partner during this past extraordinary year. She's calm, practical, and intelligent, and her good sense advice has informed so many critical decisions and elevated my ability to execute my charge. Her kindness and willing to be available without hesitancy have made the privilege of being the CEO of Jewish Senior Life really delightful, even during this past year. I'm so thankful for our partnership and for your leadership, Deb. On that note, I thank you all for your time and attention, and I'll turn it back to Joe to introduce our partners in rebranding. Joe?
Nancy, thank you so much. You're incredible. Justin Wheatus and his creative team at Flow Video have been longtime partners creating special events at JSL. But this year, Flow was our partner in developing our new JSL brand vision, statement, and logo. Live with community, live with joy, live with us. We worked with an essential committee comprised of PR professionals, designers, and board members, along with our dedicated staff, executive team, and JSL administrators. Flow consolidated the results of focus group testing, and the team has been diligently working to apply our new look to the beautiful new JSL website, providing fresh photography of residents and buildings on both campuses. Our aim to market to potential residents and families to increase our occupancy and generate further interest for living with us. I offer a very big thank you to our marketing mavens, Joanne Aronovitz, Gail Burstein, Joan Frank, Arlene Selleck, and all our special staff, the team of Nancy Heinrich, Beth Tryon, Amanda Martlock, and Tracy Prokovnik, who spent so many hours ruminating about our brand decisions and helping us to fine-tune our JSL vision. A very special thank you to the Legacy Heritage Foundation, the D. Dan and Betty Kahn Family Foundation, and to Matt Lester for underwriting this essential project at JSL. Justin Wheatus, take it away.
Thank you so much, Joe and Nancy and everybody here at JSL. My name is Justin Wheatus, CEO of Flow Video, and we've been honored and privileged to be able to work with JSL over the past a little bit more than a year, actually, on this incredible marketing and rebrand project. And although all of our clients have been affected in myriad ways by the pandemic, JSL has offered a really unique perspective on how an organization with such a steadfast mission and commitment to their vision and their values can weather a global pandemic. It really has been incredible to watch the staff and the community of the Metro Detroit Jewish community surrounding them really rally, to the cause of Jewish senior life. And we've been just, I think, a small part of helping to move this organization forward. And I just want to share briefly a little bit of what we've been up to and a short video as well. So as Joe mentioned, Flow Video was tasked with rebranding Jewish senior life, which is no easy task. This is a more than century-old organization that has weathered so much and has so much experience and institutional knowledge. And so to sort of offer a modern and fresh look on such an institution is quite a challenge, quite a task. And thankfully, we had an incredible array of stakeholders that came to the table for this process. And everybody from the executive staff, the marketing mavens, who I'm so grateful for all of their input, all of the different departments, Tracy and the sales team, Amanda Martlock, who's been essential to us in the development, and now the handoff and in the implementation of the new website. There's more people than I can even name right now who've had a hand in helping make this possible. But at the core, a rebrand is really about recommitting yourself to your mission and values with a modern and fresh look. And I believe that's what we've accomplished here. I want to share this short video, which helps to explain a little bit about this new logo and really the story behind it. So if we could just roll this short video.
Every one of us wants three things: to live within a community, to live with purpose, to live with joy. But over time, life can make these three essential things look a little different than they used to. Our communities might shrink or shuffle. Our purpose shifts and takes on a new shape. And moments of joy might have a few new limitations. As the years pass and you consider what comes next, you know what you need: a place where your story can continue to grow. JSL, Jewish Senior Life of Metropolitan Detroit, invites older adults to make their home with us and start the next chapter of their story. JSL is a place to call your own and a space shared with others. It is a deep connection with one another of lives that are active, independent, yet part of a whole. It is a home enriched by Jewish values and celebrated by everyone. JSL has been shaping the stories of older adults for over 100 years. It's a place that feels the gravity of the past year, a year of hardship and isolation. While the wounds heal, we look onward to new experiences and opportunities, to new life, to a life of community, purpose, and joy. Jewish Senior Life. Live with us.
I hope that you feel, as I do when you watch that video, the real emotion and the real essence behind that logo, the home, the three people together, standing together in community. To me, that essentializes what JSL is all about. It is such a unique and beautiful organization with a community of support and programming around it that is so expansive. And so when we set out to do this rebrand, we really wanted to epitomize that, not just in the visuals, but with everything. And so we looked at new colors. We wanted to really infuse colors that felt warm and welcoming, that felt like home. We call it the estate blue, that beautiful green that you saw. And we took it even further. We expanded the color palette with unique colors for each and every residence. So as you'll see when you look through the new website, each residence has its own sort of flag of colors. It has its own unique palette that represents it. And so we're trying to really create visuals that inspire, that create a sense of community and a sense of hope and belonging, and above all, a sense of celebrating life. And that's really where the tagline came from as well. We really wanted the focus to be on celebrating life, living with us, living in community. And we understand, and we understood from JSL that senior living is a competitive marketplace and is becoming even more so day by day. And so we wanted to find ways to make JSL really stand out and to really bolster the unique selling proposition, if you will, of JSL, that it's not just a senior home, that it is truly a community and a broader community around it. And so, we put all of these pieces together. We brought all these stakeholders together to really, consolidate all these points. We've done a number of videos over the last few months, and there are a few more coming down the pike, so stay tuned. But I just wanted to share with you just briefly the homepage of our new website, which actually just launched this morning. And I'll share my screen briefly so you can see that. The first thing is on the very homepage at the top, because we're Flow Video, of course, we had to have some video. So we wanted to focus on some scenes that would really paint a picture for folks of what JSL is all about. You see the joy, you see the energy, you see the bright warmth of JSL, I think, in these images. And you also see prominently a schedule a tour button, because coming as soon as tomorrow, people are going to be able to actually online schedule tours and connect with staff directly to be able to get in the building and check out these beautiful spaces. There's testimonials, and we didn't have to look far to find these. We had so many people lining up to tell us nice things about JSL, so people can see those. And then we've organized the entire website in very clear and bold colors and fonts. We have this accessibility tool here that anybody can use to easily increase or decrease the text size and make the site more visible, more contrasting. These are essential tools, not just for compliance, but for ease of use for people of all ages and abilities to navigate the site. And so we're very proud of all of the offerings and the functionality that we've placed in here, blog, and just the ease of use that people, we hope, will find with this website, whether they're on desktop, mobile, tablet, anything in between. And so that's just one more example of how we're really bringing the JSL brand to life with color, with vision, with all of the values and everything instilled in it that JSL has to offer. And so I just thank JSL and Joe and Nancy and your team for being such an incredible creative partner with us in this process. We're extremely grateful that you chose us and have worked so closely with us to make this rebrand happen. And I'll send it back to you, Joe.
Oh, thank you so much, Justin. We're so thrilled, and I'm so excited for everybody to see the new website. It's time now for the annual Jewish Senior Life Award presentations. I know you all agree that JSL is a remarkable agency comprised of warm and caring individuals who dedicate themselves with spirit and devotion and care for our residents and communities, continuing to pursue and promote the mission and vision of JSL. I introduce our incredible Director of Residential Marketing and Community Relations, Tracy Prokovnik, who will acknowledge just one of those individuals with the Sandra and Alfred I. Sherman Award. Take it away, Tracy.
Thank you, Joe. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm thrilled this year to be able to announce that our Sherman Award winner for 2021 is Leslie Katz, our Director of Friends of JSL. I'm also thrilled that 2 of the 3 Sherman family, our children, are here today. Marty Sherman and Merle Schwartz are on this meeting with us tonight. I'd like to read a few words from Marty and then from Merle. And then I'm going to turn it back over to Joe to read a few more words about Leslie. So here it goes. This is from Marty. Alfred and Sandra Sherman, of blessed memory, devoted their lives to helping people as medical professionals. They recognized that their work in enabling people to live a long, healthy life was tempered by the quality of life they lived. This is an ever-growing problem in a society that is so youth-oriented, but in which the population of the elderly is at an all-time high. That is why, as they grew older, Jewish Senior Life became such a valued institution to the Shermans, providing not just a living space for seniors, but a space in which to experience a full, dignified, and rewarding life. In a world where the elderly are so vulnerable, it's important to remember that we not only need to protect their lives, but enhance them and allow them, in turn, to infuse their experiences back into the community. It takes a truly dedicated and caring group working as a team to maintain and expand the programs and facilities of Jewish Senior Life. The Sherman Award is our attempt to recognize, and in some small way, reward that dedication and devotion. Thank you, Marty. I'll now read just a few words from daughter Merle Schwartz. Leslie was nominated to receive this annual award, and the executive team described her as an extremely hard worker. I've known her for many years, and she was always well organized, and everyone could count on her to get things done. She was the quiet and unassuming go-getter. Leslie is sensitive and thoughtful. She has a deep love of Judaism and is involved in many Jewish activities. We are so proud to award her this year with this prize. I now turn it over to Joe, Leslie's direct supervisor, to share a few words.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Leslie, I'm looking at you surrounded by your loving children, and in addition to all the other wonderful things that people say about you, you're a dynamite mom too. Don't you agree, you kids? This is your moment in the sun. Yes. Okay. I like to call Leslie the thinker. She does all the purchasing and maintains inventory for the boutiques. And then she quickly transitioned to placing our boutiques online when the pandemic limited visitation. She engages and leads our multitudes of volunteers and dedicates her time and talent in a crucial role as a volunteer recruiter and trainer to assist us outside of our doors to find volunteers to shop, deliver foods, make masks, send letters, make calls, and engage adults and students in one-on-one Zooms with interested residents from all over the country. In addition to her work leading the multi-agency committee for Bessie Spector's Oldest Jewish Americans Brunch, she raises funds for Friends programs through the annual Lives Well Lived fundraiser. Leslie constantly collaborates with me to innovate creative new programs, to problem solve and plan events and engage the community for the good of our residents. This year, Leslie's brainchild was the Thankwit, a lovely and lively virtual event honoring our volunteers. And then we added calendar production and Dream Cruise coordinator to her endless list of important duties. The thinker is always thinking and promoting new ideas for fundraising. And I am so proud to work very closely with Leslie, and it's my honor to present you with the Sandra and Alfred I. Sherman Award. Leslie, do you want to say a few words?
Joe and Tracy and Marty and Merle, thank you so much for your kind words. Good afternoon, friends, officers, board of directors, executive team, and Sherman family. Receiving this award is a great honor. I share this recognition with my fellow staff who have supported JSL communities during this past year. I am blessed and proud to be in a position where I focus my efforts on connecting and engaging with our community's most extraordinary individuals. Those who gift us their most important commodity, time. Our ambassadors, my friends, Jewish Senior Life volunteers. They are helpful, loving, and priceless at the foundation of what we do, essential and treasured. They make significant impacts on both our Jewish Senior Life and broader Detroit communities. Whether serving chicken noodle soup to a bubby and her grandchild at Marvin's Bistro, delivering Oldest Jewish Americans brunch gifts to honorees and their children, or passing out ice cream to residents and their families at the Senior Dream Cruise. Especially this past year, during the most extreme challenges, our volunteers leaned in by grocery shopping, sewing masks, making calls, and planning caravans. JSL volunteer engagement crosses generations and continues to affect change for our future. I am grateful for the opportunity to work with a group of volunteers whose goal, like mine, is to provide JSL residents with something to look forward to every single day. Larry, Merle, and Marty, your parents' memories continue to be blessings that move our mission forward with love, respect, and celebration. Thank you for this honor.
Tracy, take it away.
Thank you, Leslie. That was beautiful, and congratulations again. I'm very proud of you. Our next award is the Employee Excellence Award, named after Michael Clunan of blessed memory. Right now, it's my honor to turn this over to J.D. Richmond, Director of Environmental Services, to talk about the history of the award and to give the award to one of the first of our two winners this year. J.D.?
Thank you, Tracy. Michael Clunan was a longtime employee of JSL. Mike started out in the position of live-in security and worked his way up to the superintendent of buildings, or the SOB as he jokingly loved to call it. Mike's funny personality, hard work, and willingness to teach others are some of the traits he is well remembered for. Mike passed away in 2009, and this award was created in his memory. We recognize an employee who stands out due to their hard work and dedication to JSL as voted on by their peers. This year, one of the recipients of the Michael Clunan Award is Darren Durkin. Darren is a maintenance technician at the Prentice Building. He has gone above and beyond his job description to help out in any way he can. From delivering meals during the pandemic on a daily basis to everyday repair work orders and then snow removal in the winters, he makes sure the residents are safe, and he's always willing to listen to them. So congratulations, and here's Darren.
Hello, everybody. Since it's a big honor to be recognized. I wasn't really sure what this award was. I had heard of it before, but in the last 4 days or so, I found out a little bit more, and it's a great honor. It's been wonderful for me. It's been almost 6 years I've been working here, and it's nice to come to a place that's more than just a job. I look forward to coming to work most days. It's not just me, but my whole department, Andrea, Joyce, and June. They make me look better than what I think I actually am. So I'll accept the award on behalf of all of us, but I'm keeping the money. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Back to you.
Thank you, JD. And I'm sure Mike would appreciate Darren's humor, his acceptance speech. So it's of true pleasure for me to speak about our next winner. As we mentioned earlier, we have 2 winners this year because we have so many deserving staff. Tammy Edwards has been with JSL for almost 19 years. Until COVID, she had been a program assistant at the Dorothy and Peter Jewish Community Adult Day Program. When COVID hit, she stepped up when the agency asked and has been a personal care attendant on the Brown Memory Care Pavilion for the last 15 months. During this time, Tammy has been a leader and mentor for staff and an incredible support to the residents and families. Just yesterday, I saw Tammy interacting with a resident that was asking to go home. Tammy treated her with such kindness, dignity, and respect. Her demeanor and skillful redirection immediately put the resident at ease. Tammy is so very special to JSL, and I'm thrilled to present the Michael Clunan Employee Excellence Award to her for 2021. Tammy, would you like to say a few words?
I just want to say that I'm honored to receive this recognition from JSL, and it gives me great pleasure to know that I'm making a difference in our seniors' life. And I'm really nervous, but I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations to Leslie, Tammy, and Darren.
Thank you.
We're really very, very, very proud of you all. Now, Barbara Giles, Executive Director of Strategic Initiatives, and I are thrilled to present the JSL Award of Excellence. The Award of Excellence was first given in 1999. It celebrates remarkable individuals from within the JSL family or from outside the community who've made a lasting impact on the lives of older adults. The honoree could be someone who's improved our agency or the lives of our residents through their board or community efforts, volunteer work, or philanthropic gifts that have helped establish new programs or services.
Over 20 years ago, JSL was first introduced to Andrew Mack. Andrew was the lead pharmacist at the pharmacy we were using at the time. Many years later, Andrew purchased that pharmacy and became the owner and operator of AMAC Pharmacy Services. Since then, we've been loyal customers, and Andrew has gone above and beyond to help us serve our residents. Andrew has taken our assisted living communities from tracking medications with paper and pen to a seamless electronic method that assists in decreasing errors. Today, our unskilled service, J-Care, is also using AMAC exclusively, which has helped our independent living residents enormously as well. Although the excellence of this partnership would have been sufficient to qualify Andrew Mack for the Award of Excellence, I want to share with you how Andrew has gone above and beyond for JSL and our community as a whole throughout the pandemic. In March 2020, when the pandemic began, we called upon Andrew to source thermometers. They were very scarce at the time. He delivered his complete inventory to us immediately, and he has been our resource for thermometers ever since. Testing for COVID was no different. Prior to tests being generally available, JSL secured tests from Colorado, but needed the services of someone to provide proper administration. Once again, Andrew jumped in to offer his services on both campuses. In September 2020, we relied on Andrew to secure the high-dose quadrivalent flu shots for our residents. This was no easy feat. Then, Andrew created a door-to-door flu shot administration program for our residents, enabling them to get the flu shot safely in the comfort of their own apartments. Next came the COVID-19 vaccine. In October, in consultation with Andrew, we decided to participate in the federal partnership with CVS to ensure the quickest delivery of vaccines to our communities. But Andrew immediately began his efforts to become a provider in Michigan so that he would be ready to assist JSL and others when the vaccine became more readily available. With typical Andrew Mack efficiency, he was able to source the special freezer for the Pfizer vaccine, which enabled him to be ready to provide the vaccine as soon as doses became available. This capability helped us tackle the issue of sourcing vaccines after the conclusion of the federal program. Andrew has been our resource ever since, providing mini clinics for all staff and residents who continue to want the vaccine. This program continues to this day. But JSL has not been the only beneficiary of Andrew's responsive and excellent services. He has stepped up to be the provider for JARC, who is having issues sourcing the vaccine for its clients. Andrew worked with JARC and Federation to provide numerous community vaccination clinics. Once the vaccine was approved for younger people, AMAC again stepped up and helped Tamarack with their vaccination program. I estimate Andrew, together with his son Ryan and the rest of the AMAC team, has vaccinated several thousand of our community members. He is truly a COVID-19 hero. Now, I hand the virtual mic back to Nancy to present the Award of Excellence.
Thanks, Barb. All of the assistance that Barb just described would be enough for us to recognize Andrew Mack. But these details do not begin to describe the other qualities that Andrew brings to the table. He is the kindest and warmest and most genuine person to everyone he meets, and he's generous too. There's never been a fundraiser event that Andrew has failed to sponsor when we have asked. Excellent truly describes Andrew Mack and his big heart. Andrew, we present to you today JSL's Award of Excellence. We'd love for you to say a few words if you would like. Andrew?
Wow. How's that? Wow. It's the first word. I'm surprised and honored and touched by this. I was not aware that this was going to occur. So thank you, Nancy, and thank you, Barb, and thank you all. It was really an all hands on deck situation with COVID, and from swabbing to immunizing, frankly, working with the Federation building and the teams there and the great people there and the great organizations there, it really helped our small pharmacy in Livonia reach a lot of people with your help. And what I thought was so cool about those clinics in particular was the fact that it seems like we got people of every color, of every religion, of every age, of every size, of every identification. It was just a really cool, inclusive group. And the excitement that everybody felt in providing that service was really hit me in the heart. And I was able to share it with all of you, a lot of you, and my son, Ryan, who's a graduate pharmacy student. So thank you very much. I am proud and honored to serve your clients with you guys. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Andrew, thank you for those words. I'm very emotional remembering those times together, but truly our partnership for all these years has been special in so many ways. I'd now like to introduce Ken Goss, immediate past president, to present the slate of the 2021-2022 officers and directors.
As immediate past president of the JSL Board of Directors, it's now time for the business portion of our annual meeting. I'm honored to take part in the installation of our officers of our board of directors. I want to thank the nominating committee who worked so hard to come up with a slate. It was comprised of Deb Rosenthal, Carol Weintraub Fogel, Lauren Frankel, Barbara Horowitz, and Neil Satosky. Thank you to all of you. The slate for the 2021-22 slate of officers is as follows. Deborah Rosenthal, President. Ken Goss, immediate past President. Mark Kowalski, President-elect. Carolyn Cohn, Vice President. Brian Rasnick, Vice President. Jason Fisher, Vice President. Jeffrey Fleischman, Secretary. And Stephen Swartz, Treasurer. And here is a slate of nominees for the 2021-2022 Board of Directors. Joanna Ronowitz, Elaine Barish, who will be the Friends Liaison, Michael Banks, Gail Burstein, and the new nominee, or one of the new nominees, Brad Feldman, Carol Weintraub Fogel, Warren Frankel, Judy Herman, Barbara Horowitz, Allison Klein, Scott Marcus, Dr. Rob Robbins, Jack Rothenberg, Lowell Salison, past president returning nominee to the board, Neil Satosky, Arlene Selleck, Alan Sternfeld, Andrea Title, and Michael Wolf, who is the Next Gen liaison. Rotating off the board this year, we want to thank Nancy Reed for her 2 consecutive 3-year terms, and we welcome our new board members, as I mentioned before, Brad Feldman and Lowell Salison, returning past president back to the board. I would like to call for a vote from the current board of directors of JSL to approve the presented slate of officers and the Jewish Senior Life Board of Directors for the year 2021 through 2022. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you both. All in favor, please signify by voting yes in the poll on your screen. Do we have the results in, I hope? Is there anybody opposed? Thank you very much to the board of directors. Deb, I turn the meeting back to you.
All right, at this point, I just want to thank everybody so very much for attending our annual meeting, and congratulations to both the executive board, our board of directors, and our new nominees. We so appreciate your time and commitment to the board. And I think at this point, I need to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All right, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for participating. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
You will find our annual report located on the JSL website. And thank you so much, all of you, for your continued support. Have a great night.